Where New Year's Day marks the 100th anniversary of a historic flight across Tampa Bay. Aviation pioneer TonyJannus flew the first commercial flight from St. Petersburg to Tampa in the Benoist airboat. To commemorate the event, Kermit Weeks, who owns Fantasy of Flight in Polk County, has built a reproduction of that aircraft, and he plans to fly the same route January 1st. News Channel 8's Paul Lamison joins us now live from Eagle 8 over Davis Islands. And Paul, tell us all about this.
Well, this is a really neat story. Kermit Weeks is really into flying. If you know Fantasy Flight out in Polk County, he's the guy who came up with it, and this is his idea to commemorate this flight. We're live over Davis Island. Let me switch. Here's the yacht base, and this is where the flight's going to end up, and it all gets underway at 10 o'clock on New Year's Day.
Tucked away along other classic planes, work continues.
The clock's ticking. New Year's Day at 10 o'clock, 100 years ago.
The pace is fast, commitment high.
I've been working now 7 days a week, between 11 and 12 hours a day.
A dream that started nearly 3 years ago. Rebuild and fly the first commercial flight.
This really started the whole industry.
Kermit Weeks, the creator of Fantasy of Flight in Polk County, wants to make sure people remember.
This whole event personifies the human spirit and the potential that we all have. Fantasy of Flight's about pushing our boundaries, reaching beyond ourselves in freedom.
Like TonyJannus, who 100 years ago offered a way to get from St. Petersburg to Tampa before bridges linked the community. This is a reproduction of the plane Jannus actually flew 100 years ago. The problem, though, the team ran into while building it, there were no blueprints for them to follow.
This is as exact as we can do. There were no drawings. We did a lot of research. We went to the Smithsonian, the Glenn Curtiss Museum in New York, and studied how they would have built airplanes back then. And here we are. It's just about ready to fly.
So work on the Benoist progresses. It's minor tweaks and adjustments, but time is short. The FAA must first approve the flight so the dream can get off the ground.
It's exciting, certainly. It's a way of life. I mean, it's a 24-hour-a-day job.
That will pay tribute to a pioneering attitude.
Now we're back out here live over Davis Island, and if you take a look, this is Peter O. Knight Airport where the flight should end up, and back on camera. The good news is I just got off the phone with Kermit Weeks before 4 o'clock. He said he believes he should have FAA approval on probably at some point today or first thing in the morning. That means they can test fly it over the weekend, and by New Year's Day, they should have the Benoist back up in the air. Back to you, Josh.
All right, thank you very much, Paul Lamison, for that live report high above Davis Islands in Eagle 8.